Hey, this is Van, and welcome to my first video in a series of videos on Wireshark. Do you want to see things that other people don't see? Do you want to take your networking and troubleshooting skills to a whole new level? Do you want to solve problems that other people can't solve? If you answered yes to these questions, then come along with me on this journey. Let's learn Wireshark. First things first, we've got to install it. So if you go to www.wireshark.org, where I'm at right now, and you go to Get Acquainted and click Download. Pick whichever version is applicable for your operating system. In my case, it's going to be Windows 64-bit. You might pick a Mac OS version or you might pick a Linux version, but I'm going to click Windows 64. It is downloading, and it's done. It's a relatively small download. The file here is Wireshark Win64. The current version is 4.0.10. So I'm going to open up the folder there and run it. It will probably ask you, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Just click yes. Okay, first thing you're going to do is click next. We've got the GNU public license here. Click noted. Then it shows you where you can donate to Wireshark if you really like Wireshark. Click next. In this window, just go with the default settings that it gives you and then click next. On additional tasks here, I'm going to go ahead and get a Wireshark desktop icon and a quick launch icon. It's checked by default, but make sure that associate trace and file extensions with Wireshark is checked, just so all the different packet capture formats can be associated with Wireshark. Then click next. Just take the default here too, unless you have another drive that you want to install it on. In this case, it's C:\program files Wireshark. Installing npcap should be selected by default. If it's not, then check it. Click next. Install USB cap. We're not going to install that, or at least I'm not going to, because I'm not going to be doing any USB captures. Click next again. As it's installing here, let's talk a little bit about why we use Wireshark. What can you do with it? What's so great about it? Well, you can use Wireshark just in general networking and troubleshooting. If you have performance issues, it's great for that. Or if you're having SSL or TLS issues with certificates, it's really good at being able to run down what the problem is there too. The main thing is, if you're not looking at the packets, you're really just guessing. I can't tell you how many times I've done this or I've seen someone do this, where we develop some kind of elaborate scenario of what's going on the network when we're having an issue. We come up with this really detailed set of events that are happening, but we're kind of just guessing. No, we're not kind of just guessing. We are guessing. Because if you take a packet capture and really look at what's going on, it's something totally different. All right, we are going to hit next here. And then I agree. You can restrict npcap drivers to administrators only if you have multiple people on the machine. It's probably a little bit more secure to do that. I'm not going to do it in this case, though, since this is my computer and I'm the only one that uses it. Okay, it says completed. We're going to hit next and finish. So npcap is installed and it's just now finishing up on the Wireshark install. Okay, it says installation complete now. Hit next and finish again. We're going to close up our browser, and then there's the Wireshark desktop icon, so I'm going to double click on it. So the first thing you'll see here is a list of network adapters. Now, the little squiggly line here that looks like kind of like a graph is the activity for that network adapter. So we see these three down here. There's no activity. Those may just be unused network cards, or they may be VPN network adapters, something like that. The one that I see here that we're going to use is this local area connection 2. Now, if I hover over that, if I mouse over it, I can see the IP address on it, and that's how I'm going to know for sure that that's the one I want to select. I'll double click on it, and it starts a packet capture. So this being our first Wireshark packet capture, let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing here. Overall on the screen, you have your packet list in this section up at the top. Here, you have your packet details, where it's kind of diagrammed out all the fields for you. And over here, you have your packet bytes, which shows the individual bytes of the packet. I'm going to go ahead and stop the capture now, and let's look at the packet columns. First column is the packet number. Second column is the time since the packet capture started. We've got source address here, which in this case is source IP address. Up above it in these ARP packets, it'll be source MAC address. Next we have destination address, in this case destination IP, or again in the ARP packet above it's destination MAC address. The next column is protocol. We see a few of them here: ARP, IGMP, UDP, TCP. We'll go over those a lot more in detail later, but just know that that's the protocol column. We've got the length column, and then the info column. In the information column, it gives us a good overview of what's going on in the packet. So now that we're pretty well finished here, let's take a little sneak peek of what's coming up in the next few videos. I will be showing you how to add columns and organize columns that will make everything a lot easier to see. Also, we will learn filtering. As you can see here, even with this small number of packets, if we go down to the very bottom of the screen, we've got 192 packets. Even with 192 packets, it's not an easy task to go through and see what you want to see there. There's a lot of stuff. So filtering is going to be how we get to the packets that we want to see. And then finally, let's take another look. This is really helpful if you're just learning about TCP/IP or if you're just learning networking in general. Let's go to Edit, Preferences, and Layout. And then over here where it says Pane 3, let's pick Packet Diagram. And we'll hit OK. This gives us a really good view of what the actual packet format looks like. Now, to make this view even better, let's right-click anywhere here, and then click on Show Field Values. Now that right there is something good. You really get a real detailed look at the packet structure and what the fields look like all together. As you click on each of these fields, you can see the section of the packet details highlighted. That's all I have for this video. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next video.